And welcome in here to the SEC Network. We are here first pitch for the first matchup for Georgia here in the 21st Annual Georgia Classic here in the Classic City. We'll get to the lineups here in a second, but we're right into the action. In the circle here for Georgia, we'll get to Lily Backus and the backstory on her, but she'll be facing the right-handed hitter Emma Ritter as we dive you into a top 25 matchup here in early season play. Weekend 3 of the Division I softball schedule. And this is a matchup that both teams have had circled on the calendar. Virginia Tech comes down here from Blacksburg, Virginia, and they actually are playing their second game of the day. They're coming off a 8-0 win in 6 innings against Radford earlier, as this one's taken up and in. And so an 8-0 victory earlier for the Hokies, and now a top 25 matchup here for 5:30 scheduled first pitch, and they'll play again tomorrow at around 12:30. This one punch to the middle. Kuma makes the glove flip over to first, and Digby catches it for out number 1. And so we saw the Hokies get the bats going in game 1, where they put up a 5 spot in the 3rd inning, a couple of home runs, and they were able to showcase the power. Now, something to be noted, very breezy day here in Athens, Georgia. The sun is out, and we expect it to cool off as the night goes along. But a breezy day. Wind kind of shifting throughout the stadium right now. The flag has it blowing out towards right field, so that'll be something that we'll watch throughout the game as this one's lifted into right field. They'll have to turn around and watch that go. Addie Green with a home run to lead us off here. And so Addie Green picked up a hit in game 1, and here in game 2 for the Hokies, she picks up a solo shot to start. She just turned around on that fastball, and Addie Green knew it was gone off the bat. We were just talking about how the wind was blowing out to right field. Jada Kearney, the right fielder for Georgia, took a look, but then ultimately that one way over the fence. So for Lily Backus here in the circle, she's had a pretty productive start to the season here for Georgia, as this one's fouled just barely down the left field line. Just got it off the end of the bat there was Cameron Fagan. She's the second baseman today for Virginia Tech. She picked up a hit earlier in the contest and also scored a run as well. And Backus with the pitch. This one hit over to second. Kuma can't field it as it was hit hot over there. Kearney picks it up in right field, and another base hit here for the Hokies in the top of the first inning. So talking about Backus, she came into this game for Georgia with a 2-0 record, had made 6 appearances, and 2 of those were games started. And she came in with that all-impressive .88 ERA, and already here in the first inning, the Hokies have gotten to her. This one's hit and fouled over to the third base dugout. And it's not like Backus doesn't have the innings pitched. She has the most innings pitched on this Georgia staff with 24 so far. We'll see if she can settle in this first inning. This one a little in. Her battery mate here today, Sarah Gordon, the catcher. This one fouled straight back. Backus is part of this Georgia staff in the circle that's been a little bit revamped. And they come in, there's a reason why there's that 3 on the scoreboard next to Georgia. They have expectations coming into the season, but back as a transfer from North Carolina, now she finds herself here in Athens. This one just off the outside corner, couldn't get the call. 2-2 will go to now. And Chatfield will hit this over to third, on to second for one, and they'll pick up the lead runner for the out. So now 2 down here in the inning as Mosley was able to turn it over to Kuma.
Now batting number 88, Bree Peck.
So now it's Bree Peck that stands in here for the Hokies, the right-handed hitter. As Backus delivers that one. That one's high. Bree Peck had a productive game 1 for the Hokies. Had a hit, had a walk, scored a run, had an RBI, did a little bit of everything in game 1 versus Radford. This one's hit sharply over to short, but Armistead makes the play. In Athens, Dallas Goodnight, the leadoff hitter here for Georgia, hitting .273 on the season, and she'll step in from the left side to start. She'll take strike number 1, and she's facing off in the circle against number 27, Emmy Lemley, who gets the start for the Hokies. This will be her 5th start of this young season, and she comes in with a 4.2 ERA in the circle. Goodnight versus Lemmy. And this one chopped down the third base line, but foul. So Lemley comes into today tied as one of the big innings eaters on the pitching staff for the Hokies, coming in with 20 innings pitched so far just in the third weekend of this young season. The 0-2, this one's hit over, fielded, and thrown over to first. And so quickly out number 1 here. So the lineup today for Georgia, we'll go through it as Jana Kearney will step up here in the 2-hole. Then they'll go Lindy Ray Davis, Sydney Kuma, Sydney Chambly, Sarah Mosley, Sarah Gordon, Ellie Armistead, and then Emily Digby. But it's Kearney that steps in, and Kearney expected to be one of those big producers in this offense here for Georgia this year. So 1-0. Lemley will throw this one in for a strike against Kearney. Kearney, a senior, has long been touted by head coach Tony Baldwin, who, when we spoke to him earlier this week, had said the connection with Jada goes back far. Here's the 1-1. This one's hit but fouled off. The connection of Coach Tony Baldwin here for the Bulldogs to Jana Kearney is one that's just about a decade in the making. He had started recruiting Jada Kearney at the age of 13. And now Jada at 22 finds herself as a senior here in a Georgia Bulldog uniform. This one taken just outside, so 2-2 now. Kearney, one of the big power bats in this lineup, comes in with 4 home runs, having 10 hits, 4 of them being home runs this year. And the 2-2 from Lemley. This one's skied and tailed towards center field, but a nice play. Out by Ritter in center field will be out number 2. And so the designated player spot will come up for Lindy Ray as we see that ball tailing off the bat of Jana Kearney there, but Ritter with a really good jump on it, able to secure it pretty easily for out number 2 there. So Lindy Ray Davis now steps in the box, a designated player today. She'll switch and get starts at the catcher spot, but today finds herself just hitting so far. She takes that one, strike one. So 0-1 now, and Lemley has 2 down in the circle. This one's taken quickly. 0-2 count now to Lindy Ray. And so the 0-2 pitch here. Lindy Ray Davis will foul this one off and out of play. Georgia electing to go with the home white uniforms here, while the Hokies go with the black jerseys and the black pants. They made their way down to Athens yesterday from Blacksburg. They've spent the majority of their season on the road so far, as Georgia settling back in for a little homestand of their own. This one taken just outside. So 1-2 now. We'll try it again. 1-2 count here, 2 down, bottom half of the first. This one's hit over towards short, where Rose can't come up with it. The backspin gets it away from her, but just hit in kind of no man's land behind the circle. And Rose not able to come up with it. And so Lindy Ray Davis finds herself on first base. And so it looks like we'll see a pinch runner come in here. Or excuse me, no, it's going to be a little coaches meeting instead, as Coach Tony Baldwin will visit some of his players over there. It looks like Sydney Kuma there, obviously Lindy Ray Davis, Sydney Chambly there as well, and Coach Pete DeMoore for Virginia Tech's also going to take a moment to talk to his players in the circle. So a bit of a timeout, a bit of a reset here in the bottom half of the first, and the all-dangerous Sydney Kuma now comes to the plate. Now, I know this is only the third weekend of this young season, but Sydney Kuma comes in with a 680 average. That's right, a 680 average, and she'll take the first pitch there for a ball. Kuma, the slugging percentage is well over 1,000. Sitting at 1136. Truly is probably the biggest threat in this Georgia lineup right now. She'll take that one inside for a strike. And here comes the 1-1 offering. Kuma checks her swing. She takes that one in the dirt. Kuma comes in 680 average, 3 home runs on the season. Those 3 home runs have produced her 3 RBIs, but she has a whopping 17 hits, and that's why that average is so high. So a quick reset, 2-1 count here. This one fouled off into the net, so 2-2 now. Big 2-2 pitch coming. This one runs inside. Kuma just gets away from it. We'll count him full here at the Turner Softball Stadium. Lindy Ray Davis off of first with 2 outs, can get a running head start. The 3-2 pitch now to Kuma. Kuma swings at this one, but foul. So we'll try it again, we'll reset them. Count full, 2 outs here. Lemley trying to get out of the inning. This one fouled again, out of play. A battle brewing between Kuma and Lemley. Third straight pitch coming, 3-2 count here. Davis gets the head start off of first. Lemley will deliver. This one hit over to first, and the play made by Leggett. Virginia Tech and the Hokies put one up in the top and back here for the top half of the second inning. Hokies lead it 1-0 through 1 inning, we should say, as Backus comes back out to the circle for the Bulldogs. It's Corey McMillan that'll step in the box. Left-handed hitter here for the Hokies. That'll be taken for a strike. McMillan comes in with an average of .304. And she was able to find herself with quite a game in Game 1 against Radford as she takes that pitch. Had 2 hits, 4 RBIs, and a big contributor to that 8-0 victory for the Hokies. This one will be taken up and away. So 3-1 here from Backus. She'll get McMillan to swing, so we'll count them full now. The 3-2 pitch. This one swung on the off speed and hit out of play. Backus tried to go off speed there, switch up the hitter, McMillan. And McMillan able just to get a piece of it. So the 3-2 pitch again from Backus. This one's hit towards the gap, left center field. This one's gonna go. Corey McMillan delivers. What a day from her. And it was a huge offensive explosion in Game 1 for McMillan. And here in Game 2, she goes opposite field to the gap and hits that one out of play. And so quickly, 2-0. It's been 2 solo shots here for the Hokies. Leggett will step in the box now. She also had a pretty productive Game 1 where she had 2 hits, collected an RBI. She's hitting .405 on the season as she swings on this one, but foul. This one taken down low. So we said in the first inning, Backus, her ERA coming in was sub-1. It was at .88. a very impressive number, as this one swung on by Leggett. But Backus now with the 2 solo shots given up, the ERA rises to 2.28, and that's a great number nonetheless, but just shows you how effective she has been this season, minus those 2 pitches that she's thrown that have gotten out of the ballpark today. So with a 2-2 count here, we got no outs here in the bottom of, or excuse me, the top of the second inning. Backus will deliver. This one's hit foul back into the net. This one's hit over near the left field line, but just foul. Hit into that Bermuda Triangle area where the left fielder, shortstop, and third baseman just couldn't quite get to it. So they'll reset 2-2 here, as Emily Leggett is putting up a fight here in this first inning at bat, or second inning at bat, first of her day. Grounder hit over to Kuma, will fire over to first, out number 1 here in the inning. So what's interesting here for Backus is that she comes from North Carolina and came from an ACC school. She's back facing an ACC opponent here today, and this is just how good Backus was in the ACC. She was a second-team All-ACC member in 2023, was part of the 2023 All-ACC tournament team. I mean, she was a major contributor for the Tar Heels last year, as this one's turned on but hit foul. But here she finds herself on the in the circle against another ACC opponent. So Virginia Tech, not someone she hasn't seen before, but so far the Hokies getting the best of her. So Zoe Yeager, the catcher now, she's the one that turned on the foul ball down the line. Yeager out in front of that one, hits it off the handle, and this one's foul. So 2-2 will go to him the count. Yeager hitting in that 8th spot as the catcher today for the Hokies. Comes in with a average north of 400 at 417. The 2-2 from Backus. This one's roped again down the left field line, but way out of play. These Hokies hitters have been battling against Backus. We'll try it again, 2-2. This one off the plate. And the off-speed gets Yeager to swing. And a beautiful pitch from Backus that time to collect the strikeout. And so Backus will pick up the strikeout, be her first of the day. And now 2 outs as they'll round out the order, the Hokies does, as it's Annika Rose. Rose, the shortstop, tried to make the diving effort in the bottom half of the first inning, couldn't come up with it, so Lindy Ray Davis was able to collect the hit. Now she finds herself in the right-handed batter's box here in the top half of the second. This one swung on to the other shortstop. What a play. Armistead makes it. And the Bulldogs will get out of the top half of the second with just the solo shot given up. But the Hokies able to put some runs on the board. Back here for the home half of the second inning. Happy to have you for this ranked matchup here on the SEC Network. Sydney Chambly will lead it off. The left-handed hitter, the left fielder for the Bulldogs. The 1-0 pitch from Lemley. This one finds the plate. Lemley, we talked about how Backus came from the ACC and she had all-conference honors last year, but Lemley is an ACC veteran herself when it comes to winning some awards. As Chambly squares to show the bunt, she'll pull back. Hits this one right back up the middle. Rose couldn't come up with it, and that's a hard-hit liner as a leadoff single for Chambly. And so Rose again finds herself in the middle of a hit from the Bulldogs. Just out of the reach for Rose that time. And it brings on Sarah Mosley. Squares the bunt, pulls back. Lemley herself, we were saying she's a veteran when it comes to awards. Last year in the ACC, All-ACC second team. And in 2022, an All-ACC first team player. So experience in the circle for the Hokies. This one's taken for a ball. So it's Chambly over at first. It's Mosley at the plate. The 2-0 pitch. This one swung on and hit skied towards center field. Ritter's there and under it as Chambly will have to go back to first. And so the 2-0 pitch, Mosley had the green light and just got under it where Ritter was able to secure out number one. So it's the catcher spot. Sarah Gordon now comes up. This one skied over towards left field. The shortstop Rose is there, calls for it, and out number two via 2 fly balls. So Armistead, the shortstop, made a nice play earlier in the game. The 8-hole hitter today. She'll step in from the right side. She'll show bunt, pull it back. Chambly on the run, down to second. Did she get in there? Yes, she did. She got under the tag. The throws by Yeager certainly beat her, but it was a bit up the line and Rose not able to get the tag down in time. So all of a sudden a runner in scoring position here for the Bulldogs. It was a strike on the pitch, so it is an 0-1 count. This one taken by Armistead, outside corner 0-2. Lemley gave up the leadoff line drive to Chambly, then able to pick up the 2 flyouts, and now 1 strike away from getting away, or getting out of it with no damage. This one fouled off and out of play. Armistead able to get a piece of it. So 0-2 count, we'll try it again. Chambly on second. Armistead at the plate. Armistead hits this one to right field. This one's going back. It's off the wall. That's going to score Chambly, and into second is Armistead. It's an RBI double, and the Bulldogs are on the board. Ellie Armistead out of the 8th position in the lineup, able to come up with a big RBI double on an 0-2 count. That'll round out the lineup as now Emily Digby will come in. She'll take that one just outside ball 1. So Armistead swaps positions with Chambly, essentially. Now she stands off second base. Digby at the plate. Georgia able to capitalize on that leadoff hit. This one fouled off, back into the net. So the 1-1 pitch from Lemley, just low and outside. Yeager looking for the call, couldn't get it. This one swung up and towered to left field. Going back is Green, where she's at the warning track and makes the catch. The Bull here to Athens, Georgia. We head to the top of the 3rd inning, and a bit of a surprise where we have a new pitcher enter the game. It's Shelby Walters now that comes in for Georgia. First pitch swinging over to right field. Can Kearney come in? She can't. Heading over to second. The throw in just not in time. Gets into left field. Chambly there for the backup. So a quick leadoff double. Kearney tried to come in, and it was Emma Ritter that was able to place one perfectly down the right field line. So Ritter on now with the leadoff double, gives way to Addie Green. Will go big swing and a miss. So 2 big swings to start. We haven't even gotten a chance to introduce Shelby Walters, who comes in, .5 ERA, a graduate student here at the University of Georgia. This one's up and away. Made 2 starts in the season. This will be her 5th appearance. She comes in with 14 innings pitched, which has been spread amongst the staff here for Georgia so far in this young season. This one fouled away. But Walters is certainly someone that they're going to have to rely on this season, and they turn to her early here in this ranked game. Shelby Walters last year, we talked about the accolades for the ACC pitchers last year, which was Backus, that was now the transfer that was pitching the first 2 innings for Georgia, and then on the mound Lemley for Virginia Tech. But Walters comes in with some accolades of her own. This one taken just outside. Walters is a first-team All-SEC honor in 2023. Finds herself back here again. But it's not that she doesn't have an ACC connection. She spent 4 years at Duke University before transferring and playing a 5th year here in Athens last year, and that's how she got the All-SEC nod. But now her 6th year of eligibility and trying to make the most of it here against the Hokies. So they turn to Walters, who gives up the leadoff double on a first pitch swinging and now finds herself full count. This one hit over where Armistead can make the play and able to retire Addie Green.
Number 97, Cameron Fagan.
And so now Cameron Fagan comes to the plate, the left-handed hitter. Big swing and a miss from her that time. Fagan able to pick up a hitter first time up. This one taken up high. So Shelby Walters comes in, a bit of a surprise for us here to see her so soon, but it's something that Coach Tony Baldwin has proven to do this year. He's not afraid to mix up pitchers and bring them in situations, and here Shelby Walters finds herself in a situation against a ranked opponent in the Hokies, and she's battling with a runner off second now and one down. This one just swung on and able to get a piece of it was Fagan that time. Walters also comes in to this season ranked the number 16th pitcher in the country, that according to D1 softball. That one up high, couldn't get Fagan a chase. We'll step back in, count 2-2 here. This one taken outside. So for the second straight hitter, Addie Green was able to get it to a full count before she popped out to Ellie Armistead. And now Fagan able to get it to a full count. Some really good matchups here early in this ranked game. This one swung on but foul just by home plate. If that was fair, would have worked just as well as a bunt to get Ritter over to third, but instead it's a foul ball. And so Walters delivers. This one fouled down the left field line. Fagan doing a really good job of just battling and staying in this count. The Hokies hold a 2-1 lead via 2 solo home runs. Georgia able to respond in the bottom half of the second with an RBI double. Here the 3-2 pitch up the middle and out of reach. Coming up throwing that time was Dallas Goodnight and able to hold Ritter, the runner, at third. So Goodnight with the strong arm and quick play to get to the ball holds the runners to the corners. But Fagan with a good at-bat to pick up a single on a 3-2. So now the cleanup hitter, it's Michelle Chatfield that comes back up. This one taken outside. So of course we saw Backus give up the 2 solo shots. But this is the first real trouble with people on base that Georgia faces today. This one turned on way out of play. Walters with the fastball can hover right around 70. That time she was at 68 on the speed gun. The 1-1, big swing and a miss, where we should say try to check the swing and a miss. So now 2 strikes here against Chatfield. This one runs a little bit inside, 2-2 the count. Runners in the corners, one down here, top half of the third. The 2-2 pitch. Big check swing, they say she went. Walters picks up the strikeout, and now 2 out in the inning. Action. It's Bree Peck that comes up. This one's hit over to Goodnight in center field, who camps out underneath it, and Georgia gets out of the jam.
Number 1, Alice Goodnight.
And back here for the home half of the third inning, we welcome you to this top 25 ranked matchup. I'm Patrick Cassidy here, live on the SEC Network Plus, as Virginia Tech comes into play. The Georgia Bulldogs and the Georgia Classic, a little round-robin event where Georgia hosts and has Virginia Tech come to town. Dartmouth makes the trip down from New Hampshire, and then Radford also comes down from the Big South. The Hokies playing in Game 2. They played Radford in Game 1. This one skied towards center field, where Ritter will camp out and plenty of time to make the catch there as Goodnight's retired. And so this Virginia Tech squad is one that has, pretty big postseason hopes, we expect. They've come out, and it was not the ending of the season they wanted last year, but they come out and they play really well to start the season and then took a trip out west to Arizona and cooled off a bit. But they went down south, played Auburn, picked up a win against them, a big ranked win on the road, and then also had a really interesting tie game situation where the game had to end after the 6th inning. So when you look at their season-long record, you'll see one tie in the spot, which is something very rare to see in baseball or softball. But Auburn and Virginia Tech going to have a tie to their record. So in ranked matchups coming into the season, Georgia undefeated. They come off that really impressive performance in the Clearwater Invitational, but the Hokies undefeated as well. One of them is a tie, but the other one a win against Auburn. So big matchup implications here in Athens. Kearney swings at that one, 1-2 now. It was Virginia Tech that got to play a little Tiger Invitational round-robin style event just like this one, where they played Illinois, Auburn, and Belmont. And big swing and a miss from Kearney as Lemley picks up the strikeout. And in that weekend, they were able to play Auburn twice, one of them that tie, one of them a win. But they walked out of that first weekend of the season undefeated, and they had a trip scheduled to go to Tempe, Arizona, also play in Phoenix, Arizona in the Littlewood Classic. And there they struggled a bit. They lost to Cal. They got blown out the Grand Canyon. But since then, able to come back home. They actually played against Blacksburg. They played in Blacksburg against Elon, I should say. And it's what Coach Pete DeMoore said. He believes this might be his first February home game ever at Virginia Tech, certainly in a while. And so they were able to at least go back home, get a game in, but then find themselves right back on the road again. Here they picked up the win against Radford earlier, and so far playing really well against this Georgia Bulldog team. So Lindy Ray Davis finds herself down 0-2 here. This one just fouled off. So Lemley in that second inning was one pitch away from getting out of the jam, but it was an 0-2 RBI double that Ellie Armistead was able to come up with. Other than that, it would be a clean sheet for Emma Lemley. This one outside. This one taken outside. Lindy Ray Davis wasn't swinging there. It looks like she was almost trying to contend that the pitch clock timer was running out. That's something that we'll have to keep an eye on now. Nonetheless, it's 2-2 count now. So now 3-2. That was an awkward situation there from Lindy Ray Davis, where it looked like she didn't even try to contest whether or not it was a true pitch coming from Lemley. She thought it was just going to be a ball. Nonetheless, it was outside. And at 3-2, they find themselves in. This one's lined over to third. What a play by Bree Peck. Here on the SEC Network, as Corey McMillan steps in. She had the big home run in the second inning where she cleared the wall in left center field going opposite field. McMillan's had a very productive day. We touched on it in her first time up, how she had 2 hits in the first game. Then, of course, gets the solo shot. We'll see if she can add to it here. It's 2-0, though. This time facing a new pitcher. Walters entered the game last inning, but the first time McMillan gets to face her. Taken down low quickly, 3-0. And Walters will deliver the 3-0, this one outside. 4-pitch walk to McMillan. So they de facto pitch around McMillan. Couldn't get her to chase. And it's Emily Leggett now that comes up. And so Leggett at the plate, the left-handed hitter. And with the leadoff walk, you wonder if there's any potential threat of a steal. McMillan has 2 so far on the year, so a chance to take off, but maybe not the right situation. We'll have to see. This one fouled off into the net. So 1-2 is Shelby Walters trying to fight back after that leadoff walk. Walters was able to get out of that jam in the top half of the third, but this time she gives up a leadoff walk to start the fourth. This one's hit over to left field. The play made by Chambly. Nice play by Chambly as that ball was kind of cutting back towards her in left field and able to get to it and make out number 1. So 1 down in the inning now. It's Yeager, the catcher. And so 1-1 now. This one's hit over to center field. Goodnight will pick it up on one hop and throw it in. It's a single for Yeager. And now runners on first and second. So Annika Rose now will come up. Rose 0 for 1 on the day. And so we'll get a pinch runner into the game as they just announce it.
Number 55, Annika Rose.
And coming in, pinch runner, is Sarah McNelly. And she'll come on to pinch run for the catcher, Yeager. So now McNelly off of first, McMillan off of second. And an 0-1 after the swing goes foul at the plate. That one finds the outside part of the zone. And 0-2 now to Rose. The 0-2, this one's hit over to second, double play potential. Can they do it? Yes, they do! Taylor made and they get out of the inning. The crowd here in Athens to the feet after the t-shirt toss. And the Bulldogs looking to kind of switch the momentum to their side after that double play that got them out of the top half. Their ever dangerous Kuma now comes to the plate to lead off the home half of the fourth. Kuma, in a rare sight, was actually retired her first time up. We say that's rare because her average is above 650. She'll take that one off the plate. So 1-1. Kuma comes in to this season, and sure, 650 is an outrageous number, but she was ranked number 36 in the country according to D1 softball. The 36th ranked player in the country was Kuma coming into the year. I feel like that ranking has probably risen as she fouls this one off the net. Certainly one of the hottest hitters in the country is Kuma, and she's trying to continue that onto the third weekend of the year. But Lemley in the circle, up in the count 1-2 against Kuma. She'll fire. This one's hit over to third. Nice play by Peck, who fires over to first, and she got Kuma. Bree Peck with a heck of a play. There's a reason why Peck, for the last 2 years, has been an all-ACC second-team player, and there she's showing how she gets it done in the field. So now the left fielder, Chambly, comes to the plate. Showing the bunt, pulls it back, swings away. This one fouled out of play. So sun beginning to set here in Athens. It's been a breezy afternoon. Temperatures got into the mid-60s, but now starting to fall as the sun's setting. Otherwise, a pretty reasonable night here for some top 25 ranked softball. So Lemley has been solid so far in this circle. She's gone 3 1/3. Has just given up that one run. And again, we mentioned it earlier, but she was a pitch away from getting out of the jam. This one swung towards center field. Going back is Ritter. Ritter's at the wall. and she can't make the catch. Chambly rounds second. She's going over to third, and she gets the stop sign from Coach Tony Baldwin. Maybe about a foot away from a home run, but she ends up with a triple. Chambly gets this one up and to the sky. She squared to bunt, pulls it back, puts this one out towards left center field, and as we watch it, Ritter goes back, gives it chase, and she tries to find it, and I'll tell you what, Chambly was maybe not even a foot, might have been 6 inches away from rounding all the bases and tying it up, but it's a one-out triple, and now Sarah Mosley has a chance to try to get in a tying run. And so Mosley with 0-1 now at the plate. Chambly, the runner off third, one out here. This one turned in a liner quickly down the third base line. That was a screamer. Thankfully, above the dugout, able to go off the net. We saw Lemley settle in a bit earlier when she got into trouble, but then ultimately gave up that 0-2 double to Ellie Armistead. It's an 0-2 count again here, but this time to Mosley. Mosley hits this one. It's down the left field line. Making the catch and showing to tag was Chambly, but ultimately just not deep enough as Addie Green makes the catch in left field and able to hold Chambly to third. And so they got the fly ball for a potential sacrifice fly situation, but just not deep enough. So the catcher, Sarah Gordon, now comes up. Tying run, standing just 60 feet away. We'll have to see if maybe a potential home run situation, if that comes back to bite the Bulldogs. And what I mean by that is if that ball is hit maybe a foot farther, we're talking a tie game. And if Sarah Gordon's not able to get home this run, it could be a missed opportunity. But she finds herself ahead in the count. It's 2-0. This one runs inside. No, it doesn't. Catches the plate. A late call from the home plate umpire. But Lemley gets it. This one just inside. Athens crowd trying to make a little noise. We're going to keep an eye on that pitch clock again because it looks like Lemley is certainly taking her time, but we'll have to see if she's in violation on any of these. Certainly some of the people in the crowd seem to think she is. And this one skied up over near second base. Fagan makes the play. Lemley gets out of the inning after giving up the solo home run in the first inning from Addie Green, and a solo home run in the second inning by Corey McMillan that gets the 2 runs for the Hokies. In the bottom of the second, the shortstop for the Bulldogs, Ellie Armistead, able to hit one off the base of the wall, an RBI double. This one's hooked down the left field line on a play. But Armistead able to pick up an RBI double to bring the Bulldogs back on the board and back within 1. That's how we find ourselves here in a 2-1 game in the Classic City during the Georgia Classic. This one hit foul down the third base line. Again, this is a part of a 4-game weekend for the Georgia Bulldogs. We'll have them all live here on the SC Network Plus all weekend long. Tomorrow, some midday games back against Virginia Tech. They'll play Radford in the afternoon, and then Dartmouth, the closer, in the Sunday matinee. This one runs a bit inside. Some of the Athens fans looking for the call there. They don't get it. It's 2-2. This one hit over to Kuma at second, who got a little tripped up maybe with some of the spin, but nonetheless gets the flip over to Digby at first, and now number 1.
Now batting number 6.
So it brings back up Addie Green. We just mentioned how we got to the 2-1 score, and Addie Green, a huge part of it. She had the solo shot in the first inning, and now finds herself back up here in the 5th inning. So 1-0 now to Green at the plate. Take this one just outside again. Looks like part of the plan from Shelby Walters here is to try to attack the outside part of the zone against Addie Green, and so far gets her with a 2-0 count. This one outside again, this one up and out. And taken low, a 4-pitch walk with 1 down in the inning gets Addie Green on base. They'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Cameron Fagan now.
Now batting number 97, Cameron Fagan.
This one fouled down the third base line. So Fagan comes out, first pitch swinging that time. So Addie Green on first, Fagan at the plate. Addie Green has not attempted a steal this season, so not too much of a threat to run unless in the right situation. 1-1. This one hit left field line, out of play. Bounces back in via the net. So Walters has come in this game and kind of settled down the Bulldogs, but has had to battle herself. Stranded runners on the corners in the 3rd inning. Able to get out of the 4th inning, and now finds herself back in the circle for the 5th. This one grounded over to second. Kuma just going to take the easy one. Flips it over to first to Digby. Gets it. That advances Addie Green, the runner, to second. So now a runner in scoring position and a chance for the Hokies to try to extend that lead. Chatfield comes back up. Chatfield 0 for 2 today. The freshman here for the Hokies, hitting .357 on the season. So Walters will fire in the 0-1 pitch, and the off speed had Chatfield swinging through air there. So big 0-2 pitch, 2 down here, top of the 5th. Bulldogs trying to keep it a 1-run game. This one flown out towards right field. Jada Kearney is underneath it and makes the catch for out number 3. Well, we're through 4.5. We'll take it to the 5th inning stretch here. So a little 5th inning stretch here in Athens, Georgia. We'll bring up Ellie Armistead to lead us off in the home half of the 5th. She'll take that one, ball one to start. Armistead, of course, first time up. Had the RBI double, and that's the only run on the board for Georgia so far. The Bulldogs team has proven that they can strike with the offense at any time, but they're still waiting to see that tonight. Up and away, 2-0 to start. Lemley's been solid on the mound tonight. She's navigated through this Bulldog lineup and only got into trouble in that second inning via Ellie Armistead. That time Lemley will find the strike zone. So they'll get ready for the 2-1 pitch here to Armistead. Fouled straight back, so 2-0 to 2-2. We mentioned how Lemley has been one of the solid contributors for this team. And if they're going to make another postseason run, you would imagine she's going to be a big part of it. Finds herself against the third-ranked team in the nation here. The 2-2. Fouled straight up and straight back out of play. So we'll try it again on a 2-2. And Armistead battling at the plate, trying to keep it alive. So there's been another ranked game this season where Georgia has come from behind to win, and that was against Oklahoma State last Friday in Clearwater, Florida. They found themselves down, but then rallied back for a 7-4 victory. Here they find themselves down 2-1. Taking that time is Armistead. It was close, but we'll run it full, 3-2. Count full. And stepping out of the box is Armistead. And she's going to take a base via a ball. They're going to call it a pitch clock violation, is my assumption, because that looked straight down the middle. Armistead had stepped out of the box because she thought it was a violation. Lemley's a bit shocked in the circle, kind of putting her arms up. Baldwin's going to get an explanation, but it looked like he got his way with getting the runner to first. Maybe it's a note to the hitters that they have to stay in the box until something's called. But nonetheless, Ellie Armistead gets on base and finds herself at first. Now Pete Demore wants to get an explanation from the home plate umpire. And we never really saw a call from the home plate umpire to signal it was a pitch clock violation. But obviously given, because it looked like the pitch was going to be a strike. It was kind of right down the middle. But it works on the Bulldogs' favor, and they get a leadoff walk. So Digby up now. The 9-hole hitter for Georgia squares the bunt, tries to get it down. Did it hit her in the box? They called a foul ball. And so Armistead was running on the play, and Digby wasn't able to get the bunt down to advance her. We'll see if they go with a similar play here. 0-1 now. Peck and Leggett in at the corners for the Hokies. This time swinging away, hit straight up in the air. This one's going to go back into the stands. Foul ball, strike number 2. So they took the bunt and run play off, was Coach Tony Baldwin. They said, Digby, you swing away. And she fouls that one out of play. So Armistead still on first, Digby in the box. This one taken outside. So Lemley in the circle calls time as the pitch clock was running down, but she did signal time. Looks like she was taking a while to try to get the signal in from the dugout to then look at the corresponding signal on that wristband. We see she's got that armband that runs near her left elbow that she looks into. And now she'll set and look to fire in. The 1-2 count. This one swung on, turned down the line, foul ball. And it's what we've seen from Lemley all night is that she has not been afraid to use the timer to her advantage. But that time she realized that she was running a bit too close on time. Decided to step off, call time. And now she's in a battle at the plate. So it's Digby facing a 1-2. Armistead, the runner, off first. This one just high. Lemley didn't get the call. So 2-2 now. Lemley looks in at the sign and gets it from the armband. Looks back in at the plate. This one just up high again. And Digby has worked an 0-2 count, now to a full count. Runner on first, full count at the plate. 0 outs in the inning, 1-run ball game. This one up high, 0-2. Turns into a walk for Emily Digby. And so do it again here. This one may be one of the bigger threats tonight for the Bulldogs. She's made it through 4+. Can she make it through 5? The pitch to Goodnight, tries to get down. It's fair. They tag Goodnight. But Goodnight does her job and advances the runners to second and third. So we've talked about how Sydney Kuma has maybe been one of the hottest hitters in the country, certainly one of the hottest hitters on this Georgia team. Coach Tony Baldwin takes a little meeting here. Liver. Feels like such a pivotal spot in this game. Can Lemley get out of the jam, or can the Bulldogs respond? Runners on second and third, 1 out. Kearney takes that one, strike 1. So the infield for the Hokies playing in a bit. Certainly the corners are, but up the middle, they're playing in a few steps as well. This one swung and a miss, tailed away. Kearney could get it. Kearney quickly down 0-2. Kearney comes in 0-2 on the day. She is a power threat with 4 home runs on the season, but right now I don't think the Georgia Bulldogs are asking for a home run. They're asking for a base hit. Big swing and a miss, and Lemley gets a strikeout for out number 2. If Lemley gets out of this jam, it certainly is maybe a big moment in this young season for her and this Hokies team. 2 outs now, runners on second and third. Lindy Ray Davis at the plate. She takes up high ball 1. The 1-0. Davis takes that one high. And so you do have a base open to kind of de facto pitch around Lindy Ray Davis, if you will. But Sydney Kuma is the hitter that's on deck. And I'm not so sure that's the person you would want to bring up to the plate. We'll see what Lemley and the Hokies do with this pitch. This one's just off the corner. So 3-0 now, and now the question is, do you give a green light to Lindy Ray Davis here? And maybe if it's a really good pitch, you say, hey, green light's open, and see if you can get a hold of it. Regardless, 3-0, big spot here. This one taken down low. 4-pitch walk, and Lindy Ray Davis is fired up towards that Georgia Bulldog dugout. And so we're going to see Tony Baldwin now come in. Talk to the home plate umpire. I think we're going to see a pinch runner potentially here. We'll have to see. We are going to see a pinch runner come on. It looks like it's going to be Emma Castori that's going to come on. And that is who it is. Lindy Ray Davis will get pinch ran for Emma Castori here. So Castori comes on a little bit more speed on first. If something's hit maybe in the gap, you get things going for the Bulldogs. But big spot. Bases loaded. 2 outs. One of the best hitters in the country right now up. And Sydney Kuma. Get your popcorn ready for this matchup. Swinging first pitch, Kuma hits this one out of the complex. Kuma hitting .630 on this young season, but still .630, just a monstrous number. Lemley trying to get out of it. Big swing and a miss she gets from Kuma, strike 2. The 0-2 pitch. Oh, wait. This one hit through the infield. 1 run scores for Georgia. The second one coming around third. The Bulldogs take the lead. Who else but Sydney Kuma comes with a special delivery here in the bottom of the 5th.
Number 9, Sydney Shanley.
Kuma able to sneak this one through the infield, and it's Armistead followed by Digby, and 2-run score for the Bulldogs. A pitching change where the Hokies bring in Emma Mazzarone to try to get out of this situation. It's Chambly in the box. Mazzarone comes in. This will be her 6th appearance on the year and comes in with a .89 ERA. So the lefty on lefty matchup, this one runs inside. Coach Pete DeMoore tried to let Emma Lamley get out of the situation. She had fought and battled all night and just couldn't come up with one more pitch on that 0-2 to Kuma. But now Mazzarone in. This one finds the plate, 2-1 now. So they go from Emma to Emma in the circle. And after leading all game long, the Hokies now find themselves down 1. Mazzarone listed as a pitcher utility two-way player. This one's hit over to third where Peck makes the play and they get out of the inning. So a huge 0-2 2 RBI single from Sydney Kuma. They made the change in the circle to get out of the inning, and they'll bring back up Bree Peck to start this inning. Peck, big swing. We mentioned earlier Peck as a two-time All-ACC second-team award winner in 2022 and 2023. She made a fantastic play earlier at third. Finds herself in the box swinging away, now down 0-2. And so the Hokies haven't been able to get anything on the board since that pitcher right there, Shelby Walters, has entered the game. She came in the third inning, has been in the circle ever since. That time fouling it off, trying to stay alive, was Peck. But Walters has entered and shut this Hokies offense down. It's come with a couple situations where she's had to get out of a jam, but her defense has made plays and she's been able to make pitches. And now she's ahead 0-2 to Peck. Peck's able to hit this one in to left field where Chamley able to just keep it in front of her, but Peck gets the leadoff single, and the Hokies have a leadoff runner on. And we knew this was going to be a big game heading into today. Of course, these two teams face off again tomorrow against each other. But this is where the Hokies season ended last year. They came down to the Athens region, the Athens Regional, and they had to play Boston University. They played Georgia, and this is where the season came to an end. Of course, they hosted that Super Regional a few years ago. And last year, maybe not quite the end of the season they wanted, but they knew that they were in a position to come back and put together a pretty special season. We've seen them get off to a good start. They're ranked 21st in the country. And Pete DeMoore finds himself with a pretty upperclassman heavy roster, but also has some freshmen that are coming in to contribute. This one taken down low. So McMillan had the home run earlier. And she takes that one 2-0. And taken down low again, 3-0 now. So Georgia had been trying to fight and claw their way back ahead in this game, or find themselves with their first lead, and now they're one pitch away from letting runners get on first and second, and that's exactly what they do. And now Coach Tony Baldwin's going to take some time and head out to the circle. He kind of prefaced, when you recruit freshmen, as the bunt gets pulled back, when you recruit freshmen, sometimes you have to you expect them not to be able to perform because you don't want to hold your hat on them, so to speak. But if they perform in year one, it's a huge bonus because he said sometimes you have to wait a year. Maybe they have to mature a year. As this bunt gets down, the bunt play over to first, where it gets retired but gets the runners over to second and third. And so when talking to Coach DeMoore, he said, you want to, as a coach, expect your freshmen not to contribute in such a big way your freshman year. so that when they do, it's a huge bonus. And so far, that's exactly what he's getting out of his roster. It's Yeager that comes to the plate now as Walters will fire and miss that one high in the zone. So just as the Bulldogs had runners on second and third with one out in the fifth, now here in the sixth, Virginia Tech has runners on second and third with one out. This one's popped over to first where Digby will catch it, and that's a big, big out number two. Looks like we're going to possibly get a pinch hitter here. And we are going to get a pinch hitter. They're going to go with Trinity Martin off the bench. And that's in the spot of Annika Rose. So Martin for Rose here as the pinch hitter. And Rose will take that one off the plate. Georgia fans wanted that call. Martin appeared in 11 games last year for the Hokies. Now finds herself in a big spot here. Martin has started one game earlier this year. This will be her fifth appearance. She has 7 at-bats on the season. Swinging away, this one fouled out. So just as Emma Lemley was one strike away from getting out of trouble, now Shelby Walters is one strike away from getting out of trouble. Can she do it? Just outside. So now 2-2 at the plate to Martin. It's Peck off third, McMillan off second. This one finds a hole in the right field. Coming up, throwing. And not in time to get it to Digby as 2 runners score. And the Hokies return the favor. They're back up 4-3.
Back to the top of the order now for the Hokies, number 90, Emma Ritter.
And so Martin, the pinch hitter, able to come in there and find a gap into right field as she picks up a big 2 RBI signal as this one's hit over to right field and will be the end of the inning. So the Hokies return the favor of their own as they'll pick up.
Leading up the bottom of the 6th inning for your Georgia Bulldogs, number 33.
Welcome back into the SEC Network. I'm Patrick Cassick here for a big top 25 matchup, and the Hokies have responded and they're back on top. Can the Bulldogs respond? It's 4-3 as we head to the home half of the 6th. It's Sarah Mosley that comes to the plate. We do have a defensive switch for the Hokies. It's Kylie Aldridge that comes in to catch now as the battery mate. There was some defensive switches last inning for the Bulldogs. We'll get to those when they're back into the field. But right now, Mosley at the plate. She hits one over the second baseman's head and able to get a leadoff single of her own. So it's Mazzarone now on the mound as she came in for Lemley, but we're going to see another switch here from Tony Baldwin. He's going to bring in some power off the bench is what it appears. And this is going to go in Sarah Gordon, the catcher spot, as they're going to turn to Jaden Fields now. So Jaden Fields comes in, a power hitter, a power threat on this team. She'll come in to pinch hit. We'll get a pinch runner as well, as they're going to bring in Hannah Davila to pinch run. And that, of course, goes into Mosley's spot.
Now running at first base for the Bulldogs, number 27, Hannah Davila. Now hitting number 3.
So a couple of changes there for the Bulldogs. Davila, again, on to run at first, but they bring in Jaden Fields now to be the pinch hitter. Fields swinging first pitch was a little late. So it's Davila off of first, and Mazzarone delivering. This one bounces in. Good stop that time from Aldrich behind the plate. So 1-1 at the plate to Fields. Fields able to get a piece of it, fouls it back. Fields comes into this at bat, 5 hits on the season, .294 average. Has yet to hit a home run, but does have 2 RBIs on the season. She finds herself in the spot of Sarah Gordon in the lineup. This one's hit over to third. Peck fields it, thrown over to second and on to first, not in time. So able to get 1 out, and Fields beats it out to keep it away from being a double play.
Now batting number 24, Ellie Armistead.
So Ellie Armistead, big game for her so far. Of course, a scored a run in that last inning, but had a big RBI double in the second. So clearly expecting a possible bunt. Corner infielders in of Leggett and Peck here for the Hokies. Swinging away and taking that time was Armistead. The 2-0. That one finds a zone. 2-1 now to Armistead. So 2-1 now at the plate. Make it 2-2. Mazzarone was come in, got that out in the 5th. Now it's gotten 1 here in the 6th. And is trying to shut down this Bulldogs lineup. Taking his Armistead, and that count will go full. Some of the Hokies fans wanted that call. They didn't get it. 3-2, make it a full count. This one hit straight back up the middle. That's fielded in the air. Double play! Fagan!
Leading on the top of the 7th inning for the Hokies, number 6, Addie Green.
And And it's the 7th inning here, Georgia Classic, first game for the Bulldogs. That one taking strike number 1. The Hokies find themselves up 4-3 in a ranked matchup here in Athens, Georgia. Feels like if the Hokies can get an insurance run here, it would be huge. Not just because it would make it obviously 5-3, but runs have been a struggle for both teams at points tonight. Georgia brought on Shelby Walters in the 3rd, and she's been in the circle ever since. So 3-1. Walters didn't get the call on that one. Home plate umpire takes the time, making sure the batter's in the box. And it's Addie Green that stays in there and battles. 3-2. Remember, she had a big solo home run in the 1st inning. See if she can try to spark some more runs for the Hokies here in the top of the 7th. This one's hit hard to right field, and it clears the wall. Addie Green does it again. Her 2nd home run of the day. An absolute line shot out to right field. And Addie Green puts a huge insurance run up for the Hokies.
Now batting number 97, Cameron Fagan.
And so we said it feels like an insurance run would be huge, and the Hokies do just that. So 1-1 now at the plate. It's Fagan with a huge swing. That time Fagan just trying to protect, and he gets a piece of it down the 3rd base line. And so 1-2 at the plate to Fagan. This one taken outside. This Virginia Tech Hokies lineup has been impressive so far today. Of course, Addie Green, the 2 solo home runs, she's 2 for 3. Fagan, she's 2 for 3 herself. And she'll take this one outside to make it a full count. This Hokies team looking more like the team we saw the first weekend of the season when they went and beat Auburn in Auburn. Here they're in Athens. Fagan swinging away, fouls it out of play. The 3-2. This one fouled away again from Fagan. Big swing and a miss. Down goes Fagan. So Walters picks up the strikeout there. On the big off speed. Bring up Michelle Chatfield now, the 4-hole hitter. Runs inside a bit to Chatfield. When we talked to Virginia Tech Hokies coach yesterday, Pete DeMoore, we asked him about that season-ending loss from last year's. This one's fouled straight up. Good play that time from Sarah Gordon, out number 2. But we asked Coach Pete DeMoore, if there's maybe an extra chip or any resentment, or what's it like to come back to the place where your season ended last year. And he didn't necessarily look at it like that. He saw it as an opportunity for his team to come in here, and it's a different team. He had talked about maybe how last year's team didn't end the way they wanted it to, but clearly they are coming out and performing here to start this season. This one over near the fence, and Sarah Gordon not able to come up with that one that time. So it's tough. Looked like that softball was working its way back towards fair territory, the way it was coming back down. And Gordon not able to come up with it. This one a little bit up. Looked like checked her swinging time was Peck. This one catches the outside, so 1-2 now. One-two at the plate. Big swing and a miss they get. But the Hokies get the all-important insurance and now finds herself in the game to try to close this one out. She actually has a sister that plays softball at Ohio University, but tonight, this Grind family member trying to close out a win versus the number 3 ranked team in the nation. It's Emily Digby that will lead it off for the Bulldogs. She helped spark what was the big inning in the 5th for them. We'll see if she can try to get something going here for the Dogs in the 7th. So that one finds the strike zone. It's 2-1, and they bring in Lindsey Grind, and we look up at the scoreboard here in Athens, and that pitch there touched 70 miles per hour on the radar gun. This one fouled out of play. So 3 different pitchers used in the circle tonight for the Hokies. Trying to string together a big win. 2-2 here to Digby. Georgia only 6 for 22 today. For a team that has put up some really, really good offensive numbers so far, the Hokies pitching staff has kept them in order. This one's out to left field. It's going back, and it clears the wall. Emily Digby makes it a 1-run game.
Thanks to that Digby home run, it's time for the Maryland home run t-shirt toss.
And we'll take a look at it again as Digby on a 3-2 pitch turns it around and puts it over the left field wall. How many times today have we seen hitters come up with big hits with 2 strikes against them? That time it being 3-2, and Digby gets the home run. But we talked so much, or we'll put it like this. We talked about why that insurance run was huge for Virginia Tech when they got the solo shot from Addie Green there in the top half of the inning. Maybe it comes in clutch here. Nonetheless, the Bulldogs close back in to within 1 run. They bring up Dallas Goodnight. And Goodnight, 1-1 after that pitch. Goodnight just gets a piece of it. This has been a fantastic softball game here in Athens tonight. A little bit of everything. Some power, some small ball, and some clutch hitting on display. Can the Hokies shut the door? Big swing and a miss from Goodnight. So earlier they had made a replacement for Jada Kearney in the field, but they bring her back in her spot to come and hit. Kearney comes from a very athletic family. Her dad actually grew up playing football and played for the Steelers and the Packers. So the athleticism runs in the family, and Kearney here in a big spot. Takes that one outside. One-one, Grind to Kearney. Grind wins that one. Lindsey Grind has come in. She gave up the solo shot, but then picked up an out. She's trying to get out number 2 against Kearney here. It's 1-2. She looks in for the sign. This one fouled off by Kearney. The Hokies 2 outs away from picking up a top 5 win on this young season. The 1-2. Kearney swing and a miss. Now 1 out away are the Hokies from pulling off the upset here on the road.
Now looking at play number 11, Lindy Ray Davis.
So it's Lindy Ray Davis. He'll step back up to the plate for the Bulldogs. 1 for 2 today. This one finds the outside edge. Ryan has come in. That one hit 69 on the radar gun. She's come in and she's come in firing. Of course, gave up that solo shot to start, but the 2 back-to-back strikeouts. Now looking for more. Just off the zone. The 1-1. This one fouled down the left field line. The Bulldogs are down to their final strike. They've won a variety of ways on this young season. They've come from behind. They've fought. They've battled. They've gone to Clearwater and back. And they've remained unbeaten. They're down to their final strike, 1-run game. On the ropes against the 21 ranked Hokies. This one bounces in. Deuces are wild. Turner Softball Stadium. Off the plate. Lindy Ray takes that one and makes it a full count. It all comes down to this. Full count with 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Just gets a piece of it is Lindy Ray, and this one gets stuck behind the fence. And so we'll try it again. This is good on good. Grinding the circle, trying to close it out. The number 3 hole hitter in the Bulldogs lineup. This one taken up, and that's ball 4. They keep the game going, and Sydney Kuma will get a chance to step to the plate. So we'll see a pinch runner here for Lindy Ray. And it looks like Jaden Goodwin is going to come in, the sophomore. She's going to come in to pinch run, and she's that all-important tying run at first base. With 2 outs, she's moving on the crack of the bat. Something in the gap you would imagine would score her. But Kuma at the plate, one of the hottest hitters on the planet. She takes first pitch strike. Kuma, the 5th year Georgia Bulldog, with a chance to extend the game. This one fouled off. Again, another foul ball stuck into the fence. And so 0-2. Grine has picked up her 2 outs this inning via the strikeout. She's 1 strike away from doing it a 3rd time. This one gone wild, but comes back to the catcher, Aldridge, so quickly that Goodwin, the runner at first, couldn't advance. One-two now to Kuma at the plate. 2 down, bottom of the 7th. This one runs inside. The game continues on. And it looks like Coach Pete DeMoore is going to take a time to talk to his pitcher here in the circle, Lindsey Grine. Takes a moment and gives a moment. Wouldn't that be a sweet silver lining for him tonight if he can get 1 more out? The 2-2 will reset it again. Big swing and a miss, and Lindsey Grine gets the strikeout. The Hokies have done it.
And that's the game, dog fans. Final score, Virginia Tech.
A heck of a soft